Hello, this is Robin Downing, and I'm presenting my action research proposal, supporting teachers to succeed in teaching reading in their inclusive settings. The topic is to effectively coach and facilitate teachers in teaching reading in inclusive settings. The reason this topic is important to me is to grow and develop teachers as they take on the challenge of teaching strategies to students with learning disabilities in an inclusive setting. The problem we face is low literacy rates and a struggling campus that has moved to almost 100% inclusive education. The teachers do not feel equipped or knowledgeable enough to successfully teach reading effectively in such diverse classrooms. One of the main issues is the need and desire to have meaningful training and support to give them the skills and expertise to teach reading to all students and help each student grow to their potential. I have added an interesting podcast over the science of reading and a YouTube video explaining the need to teach reading to all students. The purpose of study is a balance of mostly support, but some accountability as well. Inclusive education is about how we develop and design our schools, classrooms, programs, and activities so that all students learn and participate together. Inclusive education is about ensuring access to quality education for all students by effectively meeting their diverse needs in a way that is responsive, accepting, respectful, and supportive. As an instructional coach, this article helped me see that the need for the roles of facilitator, supporter, and mentor are important. Most teachers voice they do not benefit from the one-size-fits-all PLC or PD. They need to have the time, content, and activities to effectively increase their knowledge or positively affect their practices. Through action research, I hope this process serves as a means of improving teachers' problem-solving skills and their confidence in teaching students with learning disabilities in an inclusive setting. In this article, the focus group felt like it was beneficial because of the opportunity to express viewpoints on issues in a structured format. Hopefully, by doing action research in the area that the teachers feel the least amount of confidence, we can work together and improve the practice of teaching reading in an inclusive setting and reach students with learning disabilities. This article helped me decide to do the triangulation matrix and data sources to help me better understand the teacher's perceptions on inclusion and teaching students with learning disabilities. This review is about teacher empowerment by allowing them to make their own decisions about their own students and classrooms, and allowing teachers to take risks, make changes, and be creative. The gap in the article showed the need to reframe disability and create a new model for special education. The article showed teachers' viewpoints, revealing many teachers do not feel confident in their ability to teach students with disabilities. With new assumptions, instead of special education being a place, it is a service where diverse students can be part of an inclusive classroom. The need for proper teacher training is essential so educators feel knowledgeable and equipped to meet the challenges of such diverse classrooms. This article confirms many of my findings in other articles about teaching reading to students with learning disabilities and response to intervention as an outgrowth to the least restrictive environment. The action research questions are: what strategies can teachers use to teach reading to students with learning disabilities? How can I effectively coach and facilitate teachers to succeed in teaching reading in their inclusive settings? And what is the relationship between using the strategies to teach students with learning disabilities and the coaching model and tools used as ongoing collaborative learning sessions for teachers teaching reading in inclusive settings? These are the data collection pieces I intend to use for my action research. This data collection is purposeful, planned, a two-way conversation, engaging, inquisitive, an open door policy, and in the moment. This is a program target to research if there is a positive impact that new inclusive settings will have on the classroom environments. The focus group will occur after all observations to safeguard against instructional variations that may result from the ideas discussed in focus group. The teacher questionnaire was created to allow teachers to answer honestly and anonymously and is a type of self-reflection. The cultural norm and organizational practice that support professional inquiry have an impact on student performances. The teacher interview will be with the lead ELAR teacher to give insight into mindsets and attitudes of the leader and the team in 5th grade. Informal walkthroughs, observations, and debriefs are a way to identify goals and needs, and it's a way to work collaboratively with colleagues. This collaboration allows me to work efficiently with diverse experiences while sharing skills and trust. Informal walkthroughs allow me to facilitate the development of colleagues through coaching, classroom visits, and debriefings, where we can structure ongoing professional learning sessions and models of best practices. This is a performance target of providing high quality formative feedback to the teachers. The data collection will be a triangulation matrix. There will be intentional lesson planning for effective lessons and what students need to learn with precise learning objectives that are data-driven, curriculum-driven, and able to be accomplished with a gradual release and timestamp. The design of an appropriate lesson for a diverse class of students is one of the most complex tasks, and I don't want teachers to feel like they have to do it alone. This will help us build performance targets related to what students are expected to gain from our actions. Through the weekly DDP, DDI meetings, the teachers will use formal and informal methods to measure students' progress. We will manage and analyze student data to inform instruction and lesson planning. It will involve examining data on work to help improve performance. It will be a performance target to observe if the coach's goal of quality collaboration at the 5th grade can be improved through changes in the way the team meetings are conducted through equity and engagement. The personal reflection journal will be a writing piece to keep me on a cycle of planning and reflecting. This allows me to plan, practice, follow up, and repeat. Realistically, I know this can't happen all at once. It'll take time to figure out how to assist the teachers, to assist the learners, and reach their potential. This is a process target to relate the techniques or strategies that I want to become a part of my coaching skills. This process target will be an initiative to support and coach literacy development with the 5th grade team. These data collection pieces will allow us to act on data and monitor and adjust as needed for our best instructional practices and effective strategies. All data sources chosen are available and easy to collect. The goal is to creatively design classroom interventions that will enable the teachers to demonstrate success in teaching reading to all students in an inclusive environment. Hopefully, my lens into each classroom will allow examination into areas to refine where my colleagues and I can find approaches that really work for students with learning disabilities. This methodology will help me find ways to support teachers in finding success in teaching reading with learning disabilities in inclusive settings. By zeroing in on my priorities, I will be better able to invest the time in conducting the research. I'm excited and know no matter the outcome, it will be time well spent. I want to be able to critically explore what I am doing, why I have decided to do it, and what the effects have been. I want to become an active participant in our school by following a schedule and frequently going into all fifth grade reading classrooms. I will be an observer of the teaching and learning process. This process will allow the collection of information, active reflection, and the improvement of the teaching process in an inclusive setting. I am striving to improve my professional practice as well as to improve teachers' ability to improve student outcomes. This will be a process involving a team working together to improve their own practices. By having a cyclical process, engaging educators in reflective practices and everyday instructional practices in the classrooms, as well as customizing professional development opportunities based on a team's interest, practical action research will be conducted that has the potential to improve practices and empower teachers. I will be striving to improve my role as instructional coach and be able to give insights into better, more effective means of achieving desirable educational outcomes. Through this action research, I hope to find a way to organize and facilitate in a way to promote more systematic types of literacy improvements for each grade level and overall as a campus. The purpose of this study is to learn how to effectively coach and facilitate teachers in teaching reading in an inclusive setting through action research. The students in my district have low literacy rates. I work on an academically struggling campus that has moved to an almost 100% inclusive education. Most teachers feel undertrained for this responsibility. If this proves to be an effective coaching method, further studies could be conducted to determine if it is effective in other grade levels. Thank you for participating in my presentation. Feedback is appreciated and valued.